Anybody out there who is missing out on this game, Ghost of Yotei, all I can tell you is you're missing out big time. This has to be one of the most beautiful games I have ever played. And I'm not saying this very lightly. I have played a lot of games, Many other games that are beautiful as well. I have played not too long ago Death Stranding 2, and I thought Death Stranding 2 is one of the most beautiful games out there. But then this came out, and I have to say, for this generation, this has to be one of the most beautiful rendered games ever. And I'm recording this in a best possible H.265 Codec to give you that best possible 4K. This is a native 4K 30 FPS on a base PS5. Yes, there's no ray tracing. It's on the Pro version. But needless to say, no ray tracing. I don't care about the ray tracing. This still looks amazing on PS5 base version of a console. It really just shows you how amazing the PlayStation 5 really is. All of these years since 2020, 5 years now. Well, going into 6 years pretty soon in 2026, I have to say that this is one of the reasons why PlayStation has been kicking, Xbox's butt. But people who are refusing to play this game because of, what the actress said, and I don't want to get into politics because, I'm not about the politics, about what the actress says. Listen. What this actress says, that's on her. Okay? That doesn't mean that I agree with what she says because I'm playing her game. And it doesn't mean that her views represents this game or the Sony PlayStation. She's responsible for what she says. She's an individual, all right? Just like you are an individual, what comes out of your mouth, you are an individual, you represent yourself. You don't represent me or anybody else out there. So just keep that in mind. Whatever comes out of your mouth, it's you. You are responsible for what comes out of your mouth. Okay? So be an adult. So she's using her First Amendment and she said what she says. Do I agree with it? Of course not. It's really in bad taste. And I'm not going to go into detail about that. But what is that supposed to mean? That now I'm not going to play this game because she's using her First Amendment to express her own opinions? It was in a bad taste. I disagree with it. I know she has the right to say it. That's the whole point of democracy. First Amendment is there not because it's pleasing to your ears. It is there exactly because it's not supposed to be pleasing to your ears. Do you have to like it? No. Do you have to love it? No. Do you have to buy this game? No. But if you're refusing to buy this game because of what she says or because of what one developer said, remember, these individuals don't represent PlayStation. This is a PlayStation game. They don't represent the PlayStation. And if I play this game, that doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with their self-individual points of views. But why would I not want to play this game and refuse to play this game because of what this individual was expressing with their First Amendment right? Or what the other developer out there was expressing his First Amendment right? Okay? Well, what I'm supposed to do now? Not play the game and just miss out on this? Imagine if Hideo Kojima had said something outrageous and outlandish and stupid. What am I supposed to do? Not play any more Metal Gear Solid games and just ignore the Metal Gear Solid games? I mean, come on, guys. Let's just keep it real. Look, I don't like politics. I hate politics. The war in Bosnia in 1992 all the way through 1994 It all started because of politics. The war in Ukraine started because of politics. The Russians versus Ukrainians, etc., etc. Ukrainians didn't like Russians, they didn't like their language, and Russians didn't like the fact that they don't like their language. Listen, politics feeds divisions, feeds hatreds, and it divides people. I know this because I lived through this. I lived through that in the early 90s in Sarajevo, in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I know what I'm talking about. So I hate politics. I never liked. I don't care about your party. Red, blue, green, I don't care. I'm a human being. And I know what's right and I know what's wrong. And if somebody else says something, that doesn't mean they represent everybody. Okay? People got to stop doing that. Just because somebody says something doesn't mean that their points of views represent everyone's points of view. If a Bosnian American says something stupid, what, that doesn't mean that I agree with him? No. If a Mexican says something stupid, does that mean that every Mexican agrees with that? No. If African American says something stupid, does that mean that every African American in this country will agree with that person? No. People need to take responsibility for themselves as individuals. You as an individual are responsible for what you say. But you do not represent me. You do not represent this game. You do not represent the entire population. You represent yourself as an individual. As an individual. You are an individual, and therefore what comes out of your mouth, it is your responsibility, and you represent yourself. She said something in a bad taste. Well, guess what? She represents herself. But here's the thing. She has the right to say it. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. But that's the point of democracy. That's the whole point of democracy. That's why it works. Try and do that in Russia. Try and do that in China. Try and do that in North Korea. Try and do that in Afghanistan. Try and do that in Pakistan. It's not going to work, is it? Because over there is no freedom of speech. You are suppressed. That's democracy. It is what it is. Whether you like it or don't, you don't have to like it, but that's the way it is. People have a right to say what they want to say. You don't have to like it. But just because they say something doesn't mean they represent everyone. Or just because I'm playing her character or I'm playing her game doesn't mean I agree with her. But for you guys to not to play this game and not to enjoy this game because of some political views that this person made and that the other developer of the game, Sucker Punch, made, for you not to be playing this game, I think it's really stupid. I'm a gamer, dude. I only care about the games. I want to play games. That's what I want. I want to enjoy. Why would I deny myself this beautiful? Look how beautiful this is. And I'm purposely recording this in a true native 4K with H.265 Codec to give you the highest possible bitrate so you can see what you're missing out on. Guys, I am a gamer. And as a gamer, I only care about the games. I play games because I love games. I don't care who said what. They don't represent me. They don't represent you. They represent themselves. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, they represent themselves as an individuals on what they say. They don't represent majority. So, but what I'm supposed to do now, because she made a distasteful comment, she said something that it's distasteful and it's wrong and I don't like it. What I'm supposed to do now? Not play the game? Of course, I don't agree with what she said. I know what she says, and it's wrong. But she doesn't represent me. She doesn't represent you. She represents herself as an individual. She doesn't represent Sony. Okay, do you know... Okay, let me give you one example. All right. Do you remember when you decide to watch the commentary on the Blu-ray? On the Blu-ray, right? On the Blu-ray disc, on the Blu-ray movie, remember? Like I remember Black Hawk Down. Right before I started to watch Ridley Scott commentary. The first thing that Sony Pictures says, the views of the film director do not reflect to Columbia Pictures views. On every Blu-ray, when you start that Blu-ray commentary, what does this say? The views that are expressed here do not reflect to the views of the studio. These reviews are solely the individual's views. Solely meaning only their views. They represent only themselves as individuals to what they say. Am I using the correct word? Solely. Solely there. So solely there, if I don't, is my English broken? Solely? Anyway, what I'm trying to say, their views do not represent studio's views. Is that a bear? Oh my God, that's a bear. Oh my Lord! That's a bear! Oh Jesus! Good Lord, that is a bear! Oh my God! Dude, I shouldn't be fighting this bear, man. Let's just get out of here. Bear! Good bear! Good bear. Jesus. Good bear. Good bear. Good bear. Hey, 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 hey! Jesus Christ. Good bear. Good bear. Alright, he left. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Where'd he go? God. Where did the bear go? So anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So if you are... what's the word? Solely. So remember on the Blu-ray commentary, when you start the Blu-ray commentary of the film director, it says, the views of this filmmaker do not represent the studio's views. So therefore, their views are solely theirs. Meaning they don't represent our views. So same thing here. So what am I supposed to do? Not play this game because of somebody else's points of view? I don't care. I want to play the game because I love video games. I watch movies because I love movies. I listen to music because I love music. I don't care about politics. People have the First Amendment. They have a right to say what they want to say. Okay? As long as you're not threatening someone or threatening someone's life, you can say some very outlandish, stupid things. But that's why you have First Amendment. That's why the First Amendment speech is there. It's there for that reason. Okay? That's the whole point of democracy. All right? But what am I supposed to do? Not play this game? Not enjoy this game and this beautiful graphics? Because of what this person said? Because of what the developer said? They don't represent me. They don't represent you. They represent themselves as an individuals. I don't agree with them. But what am I supposed to do now? Not play this game and miss out on this? Do I wish that this person would not say what they said? Yeah, of course. But this is America. This is United States of America. We're not in China. We're not in Russia. We're not in Latin America. We're not in North Korea. We're not in Africa. We're not in Middle East. We are in United States of America, and therefore there's a First Amendment right. People can say what they want to say as long as they're not threatening someone's life. Okay? As long as they're not making threats. They can go ahead and say whatever the hell they want to say. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. But they're protected by that First Amendment right. That's democracy. That's America. All right? You should know that. But you need to hear it from somebody who immigrated to this country 30 years ago, like me, from Bosnia, to tell you what the First Amendment is. You should know that. If you're born in this country, you ought to know that. You ought to know that by now. But anyway, I hate politics. I don't like talking about it. I despise politics. It's a cancer. It spreads like a cancer, like a wildfire. And this is why I hate politics. I can't stand politics. But this is something I had to address. This elephant in the room about this game. Because people have been bothering me down on the comment sections about this. And I feel like I had to address this. Because people are missing out on just how amazing this game is. And they're missing it out because of what one individual said. Listen. There's many actors and film directors that said some things that I disagree on. But what am I supposed to do now? Don't watch their movies? Never watch their movies? What am I supposed to do now? Living in some kind of isolated cocoon and not watch anything, not appreciate anything? You have a choice not to play this game. You have a choice not to buy it. But I'm telling you that you're missing out. And that's why I'm making this video in such a high quality. I want to show you what you were missing. You're missing out some great stuff here. And why? Why? Why are you missing out on such a beautiful game like this? Just look how beautiful it is. Look at that sunset. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. People spend too much time in politics instead of enjoying the game. Guys, I'm a gamer. I don't give a you know what about the politics. I never did and I never will as long as I live. As long as I have a heartbeat in my chest, I will never give a damn about the politics. It's a cancer. It divides people. It fuels the hatred. It doesn't do anything good. So therefore, I never gave a shit about politics. I only care about enjoying life, enjoying this life experience. It's a short experience. I enjoy video games. I enjoy entertainment. That's what I focus on. I focus on having a good time. I don't focus on looking down on somebody because they have a certain belief on certain things or certain point of views on certain things. This is probably like one of the most strangest times to be alive. I'm 46. I'll be 47 next year. And I have to say, this has got to be one of the most weirdest times to be alive. I don't know what it is. Is it a social media? Is it the internet? I don't know where all this crap started, to be honest with you. But I know where it all started. It started from politics. like always does, just like it always does. What's the root cause of everything? Politics. What's the root cause of every war? Politics. Politics. That's why I hate politics. I never liked it, and I never will. I'll take it to my grave. I will never like I never did. I hate politics. I hate politics. I love life. I want to enjoy life. I want to have a good time. Life is too short. So what I'm supposed to do? Not play this game? Because she's expressing her First Amendment right? Her First Amendment right and her points of views, she has that right. Just like I have a right to have my own points of views. You don't have to like it. You don't have to cherish it. You don't have to celebrate it. But what I'm supposed to do? Not play this game? Miss out on this? Anyway, that's all I wanted to do on this video. I wanted to show you. I hope you guys are watching this in 4K just to see how beautiful this game is. Okay, I hate talking about politics, but it's something I have to mention because it's this elephant in the room, this giant Godzilla in the room that I have to address. And I'm addressing it here, and that's it. This will be the last time I address it. Don't ask me about this again, okay? Anybody who mentions politics to me will be blocked, banned, removed, period. Anybody who writes politics stuff, comments about politics, will be banned and removed. I do not want any political comments here. My channel's not about that. My channel is about video games. Video games only. If you want political channels, there's plenty of them out there on the YouTube for you to go and pick and choose. This is strictly video games. Do you understand? Alright, good. I hope you will appreciate how beautiful this game is, and hopefully you will realize what you're missing out on. Okay? Thank you for watching the video. God bless you. Take care.